The Bank of Romney has been serving Hampshire County and the surrounding area since 1888. Come visit your community bank at any of our 6 locations. At the Bank of Romney, you are someone special.
I think the greatest thing about our museum is that it promotes the people of this state. It promotes our culture. You know what I really like about this museum? Yeah, it does show where we come from. But the most important thing about this museum, it shows where we're going. You know, the governor talks about how we are open for people to come here, to start businesses, work with us, live with us. This legislature and this governor, they took time and they invested in the people of the state by giving us this wonderful museum. The idea was the Cultural Center was the ultimate welcome center to West Virginia, and the Cultural Center is the front door of the Capitol building. We have an immense and vast heritage and culture of which we can be very proud. We have wonderful artifacts that are just nobody else has. I mean, Daniel Boone's rifle, we have the most authenticated Daniel Boone rifle. George Washington's sword, George Washington's telescope, just item after item that's, you know, shows our history. I think it's wonderful.
And you have approximately how many artifacts?
I would say between 60 and 61,000 artifacts that we have in the state collection. So the first thing you walk into is how coal is formed and what we like to call a little geological area. And then later on, you will see an actual coal mine. And we do the history of the hand-loaded coal industry, all the way back to what they call prehistoric coal, and that's about 250 million BC. And as we talked about the show path, it's very thematic. You'll start on dirt, and then by the time you come up to where we are today in West Virginia, it'll be on asphalt.
The Eastern Panhandle, obviously extremely significant in early West Virginia history, and we focus on many of the famous events in the Eastern Panhandle, like John Brown's raid, but then we also talk about early settlement there, that's where the earliest settlements occurred. And we talk about the area really with the Potomac Highlands, the Allegheny Mountains, as being the border of the western frontier. That's something that I think a lot of people don't think about today, is that was the edge of wilderness at that point, and that these people who came into that area were really risking something. And we touch on the fact that they were probably made of something a little different. That gets passed down through West Virginia history and this self-reliance and independence that we seem to have. In the Hampshire County area, Fort Edwards was probably the principal source for the fort that's going to be in the museum. And the Allegheny Mountains do form down through Pocahontas County and Greenbrier, the eastern border of West Virginia. So that line of forts becomes so important in the identity of what West Virginia is, and it all, you know, starts in that Hampshire County area.
The greatest thing I can tell you about the museum is that it is on time. We're looking for a spring 2009 opening, and the other good thing is that we're under budget, which is very good, which is I think sometimes unusual with state projects, but we are on time and under budget. I think the project is very exciting. I mean, when you stop and think that the people of West Virginia are going to be able to walk into our building and go and see how West Virginia became West Virginia, it's mind-boggling. When you talk about paying for itself, what I sincerely mean is the value and the worth of it. You know, Oscar Wilde always said that the definition of a cynic is a person who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. And this building is about value and worth, and not dollars and cents, even though dollars and cents are important. But yes, it will attract, I believe, people to want to come and, you know, help with economic development and have an impact on the life that we have in West Virginia. But the value of it, you cannot put a dollar amount on that. What a student will glean from that when they come here for the first time, or when somebody comes with a group of veterans to see the military zone, and the memories that it will bring to their hearts, and that little tear that they'll have in their eye. You cannot put a price on that.